Welcome back, Lake Elementary.
We hope you had a great winter break.
Blue Streak Broadcast has produced another video for you.
We hope you enjoyed this episode.
Here are some important dates, so get your planners ready.
January 18th, no school for the students today.
Sorry, teachers, you still have to come to work. January 21st, no school for staff and students.
January 25th, the end of the 9 weeks. We are halfway through the school year.
January 30th, Lake Leaders Meeting. February 1st, Popcorn Day and report cards come home.
February 5th and 13th, spring conferences. February 6th, delayed start.
Oh yeah, 2 extra hours of sleeping in. February 14th, Valentine's Party.
Enjoy, this is our last party of the school year.
As you all know, on December 31st at midnight, it turned to 2019. So, I think we should go over some popular things that happened this year. One of the main trends that happened was smartwatches. Some different types of smartwatches are Apple Watches, Moto Watches, and Samsung Watches. Another trend was actually metal ankle boots, which I was one of those buyers. Also, the color of the year was lavender. Another very big event that happened this year was Prince Harry and his new wife Meghan getting married. Wow, those are a whole lot of trends. Next up, we have Paige telling us about global warming.
Global warming is a long-term rise in the average temperature of the Earth's climate system, an aspect of climate change shown by temperature measurements and by multiple effects of the warming. Global warming is projected to have a number of effects on the oceans. Ongoing effects include rising sea levels due to thermal expansion, melting of glaciers, ice sheets, and warming of the ocean surface, leading to increased temperature stratification. Global warming potential, otherwise known as GWP, is a relevant measure of how much heat a greenhouse gas traps in the atmosphere. It compares to the amount of heat trapped by a certain mass of the gas in a question to the amount of heat trapped by a similar mass of carbon dioxide. As you can see, global warming has made dramatic effects on the people on the land of Earth. I encourage you to research ways to help save our planet. We can be the change that's needed.
Thanks, Paige. Welcome to the new year, 2019. I think it's going to be an amazing year. I love when you guys decide what I'm going to say. It's so exciting. This time, if you would rather have it snowy or sunny in January. I counted all the votes, and most of you want it to be, drum roll please, sunny. So hope that the weather goes your way this year. Speaking of, Taylor, don't you have to tell us something about snow days?
Yes, Olivia. Thanks for reminding me. Do you ever wonder who says when there are snow days? Well, that person is Mr. Tobin, the superintendent. I asked him a couple of questions and he gave me the answers. So I asked, what is the lowest temperature where we can't come to school? He said it's based on the wind chill factor. If the wind chill is -15 to -18 degrees, we are not coming to school. I also asked how much snow can be on the ground before we can't come to school. Mr. Tobin said that the minimum is 3 inches. Anything less, we are coming to school. The third question I asked is what his schedule was. He said that he wakes up at 4:15 and talks to the road superintendent and then goes for a drive and looks at the roads to make a decision. Then he goes to the office and looks on the weather channels such as Fox 8. Finally, he calls the parents to let them know about a snow day. The final question I asked is what is the cutoff time for calling off snow days? He answered 6 a.m. is the cutoff time, but he likes to know by 5 a.m.
Thank you, Taylor, for informing us about snow days. It's time for a quick science lesson. Do any of you know how snow forms? Well, snow forms when tiny ice crystals and clouds stick together to become snowflakes. If enough crystals stick together, they'll become heavy enough to fall to the ground. Snow is formed when temperatures are low and there is moisture in the atmosphere in the form of tiny ice crystals. Snow can only form if the temperature is below 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. Is it possible for it to be too cold to snow? Most heavy snowfalls happen with relatively warm air temperatures near the ground, usually around 15 degrees Fahrenheit or above. When the temperature drops into the single digits or below zero, heavy snow is unlikely. Next up, we have Gracie interviewing Ms. Shaw.
Thank you, Grace, for that wonderful story of how snow forms. Now it's time to interview Ms. Shaw. If you weren't a music teacher, what would you be?
Truthfully and honestly, I am blessed to do what I love each and every day. So I wouldn't do anything else. I love teaching music. I love teaching all the students I have. And to be honest, if I did anything in the sports world, I probably wouldn't last long because I'd either get in trouble for getting an autograph or taking a selfie with a famous athlete. So music it is.
What do you like most about being a music teacher?
I love seeing all the students that I get to teach, anywhere from 2nd grade now all the way through 6th grade, seeing them mature, learn about what they like to do outside of school. So seeing the enormous amount of students I get to see is actually a good thing.
How long have you been doing that?
I've been a music teacher for 14 years.
Did you have another job before you were a music teacher?
I've been a music teacher and done music my entire life. Actually, since I've been really young, my life's been music. I've taught lessons, I've accompanied concerts, basically music's been it, and then I got my job at Lake and been here ever since, and I absolutely love it.
Thank you, Ms. Shaw. Now it's time to hear. Next up, we'll learn about Martin Luther King's story.
The new year is hectic, and more movies are getting made every day. Here are some movies to get excited about in the upcoming year. Do you love those little blocks made out of plastic? Then you should go see the Lego Movie Part 2. Were you disappointed in the last Avengers? Well, to get your interests back in Marvel, you should go see Avengers Endgame. Did you feel like the villain in Batman did not get enough screen time? He's finally getting his own movie called The Joker. A girl superhero is about to make her debut in the movie Captain Marvel. Lastly, Frozen 2 is going to be coming out. So get ready for another catchy song to be sung in the hallways and classrooms of Lake Elementary. I hope you can go and see one of these movies this year.
Martin Luther King Day is on January 21st. On this day, we remember Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. was an activist. He was fighting for the equal rights for all races. Unfortunately, he was assassinated on April 4th, 1968. We remember him in January because that was the month he was born. Here's some good news. On January 21st, we have a day off of school.
Well, that's a wrap for this month. We hope you enjoyed January's episode. Be sure to stay tuned for the next one. Have a great day at Lake.
This is Grace,
Lauren,
Lydia,
and Paige.
Signing off!